Welcome to the Euro Lounge.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Euro Lounge.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Okay,
We are back.
we are back. We'll be back.
Sit back, relax,
Yeah, sit back, relax.
enjoy.
We're talking about BMWs that only a true BMW enthusiast would own. And I think there's a fine line between that and just regular BMWs that people buy, because a lot of times nowadays people are buying BMWs just to look cool. But a true BMW enthusiast, someone who understands what the ultimate driving machine really means. We're gonna give you guys 6 cars here. Benny has 3, I have 3.
I'm curious if you have 3 particular BMWs in mind for this topic.
Do you want me to start with one?
No, I can go and I can tell you my I guess my take on it, because there are, and I think that goes for every make and model.
Yeah.
There are certain, especially the old generations, that are generally liked only by the true fanatic of that
True fanatics.
model.
People
or
that
make.
know.
It's just because too many people, they do look boxy and squarey and old. So
Yeah.
a person that's been, engraved in their DNA,
Exactly.
the
Like us.
badge, like us, yeah,
Yeah.
they'll understand. So I mean, I'm thinking of one, like, if we were to go back a little, and you guys have seen in one of our Instagram videos, the first BMW 5 Series.
Yes.
That was mass produced. I think that vehicle, outside of the BMW community, is a very disliked vehicle. It's very underpowered,
People don't know
mass
about it.
produced. People don't understand them. And BMW, when they introduced that vehicle, they didn't introduce it to be fast and mega luxurious.
No.
It was introduced for the mass population.
Yeah.
To be a reliable vehicle that takes you from point A to point B. There was nothing too special about that vehicle.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the most slick.
Which vehicle are
look.
you talking about?
But
Tell them.
well, you guys know. You guys have seen the first generation 5 Series in our
The first generation 5
5
series.
Series.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
the E12.
that goes way back.
That is really
That
old.
goes way back. And on our Instagram, you should go and watch those videos. We
Yes.
actually found one.
And on our YouTube as well.
We
You'll see
did
it on
end
the
up
page.
crushing it and destroying it. But there's nothing, again, there's nothing too special about it. But to a true BMW fanatic, that's the first 5 Series that was
The
produced.
first, yeah.
And it was an awesome, especially the one that we got was a Euro spec. Imported 5 Series. It has a meaning to the BMW
Oh
fanatic.
yeah. Oh yeah. Those are
So-
special.
Those are special. So those goes back in the 70s. Now,
In the
your
70s.
turn. What's
Okay.
your first?
That's
turn.
actually a great. Only a real BMW enthusiast would truly appreciate that. We're gonna take it a little bit newer now. I'm gonna say E28 M5.
Okay.
That is like, to someone that just loves BMWs and they want to get, an M3 or, M340, they might not even know about the E28 M5. Only someone who's an actual, like, crazy person about BMWs is going to know about that and how special it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is very similar
Yeah.
to the E12 that you were just talking about, except it's much
So
faster.
It's a good point. It's a good point that if you don't know that they existed, or they don't look as different as the modern M5
Not
or
at
5
all.
Series.
Not at all.
So you wouldn't even know the true value of that M5 and how much they actually are worth.
But those things worth,
Yeah.
they got to be at least worth 60 grand now.
And
Not-
they're hard to find.
They're so hard to
especially
find.
clean.
Chris
And
Harris
that's the
has
thing.
one in the UK. If you guys have
Chris
ever,
Harris.
yeah, he has one as well, and he loves it. He says it's the best car you could ever buy. E28 M5. That's gonna be number 1 on my list. Well, the first car that we're gonna talk about on the list. I think it's super
That's
engaging.
actually a good point. I like that, because the fact that if an Audi fanatic would know the true value of that vehicle, they might buy it. It's just
yeah.
they don't know it exists
know.
almost. They don't know what that is.
They don't.
If you see it from the driving by, you don't even.
You're like, oh, well, it's an old
Yeah.
car.
So-
Not knowing it has ITBs, it's screaming like up to, they wouldn't know.
yeah.
But on that same topic, they did make a version of your first car there, the E12, the M535. That was their first, I think, foray into M sedans. This was before they actually made like M cars.
Was that ever brought to North America?
The M535, they did make one of those in the E12, and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then they really like honed in on that and made the M5 and the E28.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome
Yeah.
car. Okay. So we're getting to newer cars here. What's your second car?
Okay, so second car, I'm going a little newer, and I'm going. This particular vehicle has the looks
Yes.
that looks unique to most to most car fanatics in general,
Mm-hmm.
and I am talking about the 8 Series. We actually own one.
Okay.
Okay, let me go into it.
I'm glad you said it.
Yeah. So, were you gonna say it?
I don't have to anymore.
We have a 1990 BMW 850. So people that know,
E31.
especially the BMW fanatics that really know it.
Yeah.
So BMW had the 850 and the 845 Ci.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the 850 CLI.
CSI. Yeah.
CSI, correct.
That
yeah.
one's super special.
That is super special. And they even the 850s, they only made very few of them. I believe they made 37,000 of them.
And what's even more special about those 850s, they come with the M70, which is actually the same basis of the engine that was used in the McLaren F1. And if you didn't know that, the McLaren F1 used to be the fastest production car on the planet for quite a few years. And the basis of the engine that was in the F1 was in this E31 850 CSI. Continue.
Also known as a V12.
A V12. Yes,
Yeah,
this is a crazy, massive V12 that used 2 ECUs to run it, one for each bank.
It's back in the day when BMW actually decided to take I think in their prototype they took two inline six blocks,
Yeah.
and they welded them together and
Yeah.
put the inline six heads on them.
Yep.
They ran two computers for one each set of injectors,
It's like
and
two
ignition and everything
M20s.
else. Correct. Completely separated versus now today's technology where you
it's
can
a
run
completely different
W16 on a single
yeah,
computer.
But back in the day,
Yeah, back
they
in the
needed
day.
two computers.
Yeah. So to a BMW, if you see it from the road, you can tell that there's something different because the
You'd be like,
bonnet
"Oh,
is
is
very
that a
long
Ferrari?"
and low to the ground, very low headlights.
And it's the only one
Yeah.
that has, it's the only BMW that is a proper wedge vehicle.
Correct.
Except for like the M1.
I think that people don't know. True fanatics really know
Yes.
what the 8 Series was back in the day.
Beautiful car.
And they didn't reintroduce it until way decades down the
So-
road.
Yeah, so late.
And and that was a successful because they even came with with the M8.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that the 8 series that we have today is really a product of that original 8 series that paved the way for those massive luxury, like it's almost like it's a coupe, but it's the size of a pretty good sized sedan. Like it's huge.
Super cool.
It's a yacht.
Bucket seats in the back.
Yeah. 4-seater.
Very small, but so anyways, the 850s were only produced maybe 31 or 37,000 of them. The 845s.
There's a lot more of the 840s.
No, a lot less.
Of the 840s?
Yes.
With the M60?
Yeah, a lot less of those.
No way. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they're a lot more valuable, a lot more expensive, and
Really?
the CSIs were very few that they were ever built.
The CSIs are very rare. I know
Very
that.
rare. I think to a non-person, they would not even know there's a V12 on the
No,
engine.
no.
They wouldn't pay too much attention to it.
No.
But that is a vehicle that is very specific. If you're a
Iconic.
BMW guy, you
Yeah.
know that's an iconic BMW.
True.
So
That's
would
a
be my second
that's a
pick.
great option.
And that takes me from the 70s to the 90s.
Yes. Okay, so we're in the
Your
90s
turn.
now. Okay. Another BMW. I'm gonna actually jump like way into the future here. This
2040. It's 2040.
is, oh, I shouldn't say in the future. Present times, at least somewhat present times. E60 M5. This is a car, and you know what? I'm gonna say E61 M5 to be more.
They're
like,
not. They don't exist in North America.
They don't exist in
but-
North America, but again, this is a car that a real BMW just enthusiast is gonna love. It's a wagon with a V10 in it, and this is something that BMW made from the factory.
Mhm.
Do you know how crazy that is? How many V10 powered station wagons can you get? None. That doesn't exist. But
Yeah.
BMW, in their absolute crackheadedness, made them from the factory.
I would say unlimited wisdom, but yeah.
Unlimited wisdom, sure, yes. That V10 in the E60 and in the E61, that one is it's got to be up there in the top of the list for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I totally
know you
agree.
love
I
that
mean,
car.
I love it. It's one.
Yeah.
Well, one of my first BMW was an E60,
There you go.
and it was a 530, which they only produced for like a year,
Oh,
which came with the
yeah.
SMG gearbox, SMG one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the old inline six, the M54.
No way.
Yeah.
SMG.
SMG, yeah.
E60?
They only produced that for a few months or 1 year. It was in
Dude,
2006,
that's crazy rare.
and it was super rare. We had it up until 3 years ago.
Oh my
And
goodness.
we sold the SMG out of it. We sold the engine out of
Yeah.
it, the M54, and it was unique, very unique. It was
Yeah.
one of my first cars, and knowing that vehicle came with a V10,
It's crazy.
It was my dream car.
Yeah.
Um,
S85, man. You
the
can't
best sounding
can't
engines.
deny that.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
I
And
think
yeah,
that
you
one.
need to know that it has a V10 in it.
Yeah, I think that one's a little bit more like a few more people know about that
Mhm.
one because it's kind of like you hear that thing go by and you're like, what on earth is in that thing? It sounds like an F1 car, but it's a sedan, or in this case, a station wagon. Like, but yeah, I think that one's a little bit more well known, but still, it might be under the radar for some of the newer fanboys that just want the
Now,
G80s.
when people see that you can pay $50,000 for a sedan 5 Series, you're like, why?
Yeah.
And they look into it. We've restored a couple. Well, we did a full restoration on a red one.
Okay. Yeah.
Manual,
Oof.
low kilometers, beautiful Alcantara interior, liner, and heads-up display. I think most of them had the heads-up display, but it was nice. And when I was in Europe once, I was in Germany.
Yeah.
I think the E61s only came with the SMG. They never came manual.
Oh. Okay.
The E60s came manual. And I
But
saw
still,
one.
man.
Oh, I saw a station wagon, M5, low kilometers, that had damage done to the front end. I think the cooler was broken, and the guy wanted about 8,000 euros at the time. And I was dealing with him, working on actually exporting it to Canada or importing it to Canada, and I never ended up getting it done because he lived so far from where I was at the time,
Oh,
where my
so getting-
in-laws live
yeah.
in Germany.
It's so cheap.
Super cheap, even in Europe they're expensive because they're
Oh my goodness.
they're pretty rare.
Yeah.
And you've been on the Autobahn and you're
Yeah.
driving down the road, you're doing like 180 kilometers an hour, and then you see the station wagon.
And you hear
passing-
that noise?
You hear the noise, you know they're doing like 250 kilometers an hour, and it's an older person just driving like this with two hands in
Just
the wheel.
cruising.
And you're like, they're driving, whether they're driving an AMG or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
M station wagons. It's just
That thing
Yeah.
is crazy.
so. My third pick, and
Yes.
this pick is a dual vehicle. Sorry,
Okay.
I gotta pick two vehicles because now I'm going to the modern era.
Okay. We're in the 2000s.
Okay,
Go
we're in the
ahead.
2000s. We're in this century. Two vehicles. One, it's a high performance vehicle that is not a lot of people know about them. It does carry the name. It has to be the X5M. And the reason I say that is because not many manufacturers make the M, or like Audi didn't have the RS Q until a couple years ago. Mercedes had their G wagons.
Yeah.
But the X5M, especially
Yeah.
if you go even if you go to the E70 generation, the
The series.
2010, 11, those are very fast vehicles, very fast, very responsive, and very agile vehicles.
Yeah.
Extremely fast. They
It's
can
still in the
sound
70s.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think people, when they look at an SUV, they don't realize what that vehicle came with problems. They had a lot of issues.
That was the first
And that's
generation of
probably
that.
one of the reasons that I don't have one is because I've always wanted one. It's just like, even I'm a mechanic and I own a shop, it's like, I know how much it costs.
Yeah.
But it is very, very impressive.
It is.
And then in the same century would be any engine that came with the N54, especially the E90.
Okay.
So we've talked about this many times on our podcast and through our videos and to customers. It's a vehicle that you can pick up for under $2,000.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle that pushes over 300 horsepower from the factory, and with only a couple $1,000s,
Yeah.
you can push that vehicle to almost 500 horsepower reliably.
Yeah.
You can have the power that the M5 squeezes out of a V10 reliably in a 3 Series that only costs you $5,000 to $6,000. And to me, that's what
crazy.
most people don't realize. And we
Yeah.
are asked this a lot. What do you think? I want a vehicle between $6,000 to $7,000.
Mm.
And my thoughts, my mind, first thing goes to an
335.
E90.
Yeah.
A 335, where you can get a wagon. Well, not 335, but you can
No,
get a
but you
coupe,
can-
convertible, sedan,
Sedan.
cheap. People won't even know what it is.
No.
And you
no
can
idea.
be pushing 500 horsepower even with a stock exhaust.
Yeah.
It will sound quiet,
crazy.
and I feel like a lot of people do not see it, do not realize the power of the N54.
You're right.
Twin
You're right. they
turbo,
don't.
inline six, forged internals, super reliable and readily available parts are
N55?
everywhere.
No.
And I'm still at the stage where N54 is at the top.
King.
But there's a lot of pros to the N55s.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot more N54s.
True.
And I
agree.
feel in the car world is the 2JZ. This era's 2JZ.
Mm.
2JZs were ahead of the time ahead of the
Yeah,
time
yeah.
in the 90s, and they were a little too complex. They had a lot of
They
electronics
had a
with
lot of
your
potential.
they had a lot of potential.
Yeah,
They
and they
were
were overbuilt.
forged, they were, blueprinted from the factory, over-engineered. But again, it's last century's era. So that engine has with the idle air control valves that carbon up all the time, and all the bulky electronics, the mass airflow sensors, yay big, a
Yeah.
box. Take the
N54,
N54, it's modern,
Yeah.
and efficient, readily available, inexpensive, and can push a lot of horsepower. So a
Jeez.
lot of people don't know about it. Look into the 335.
335.
That comes with the N54, comes in all the E90
Yeah.
generation.
That's a good. I feel like both of those were great.
So that's my opinion.
So we're gonna give him 8 cars. Yes, you gave him 4.
I gave him 4.
Gave
You
him
gave
4.
2 so far.
I
You
gave
got
2
2?
so far. Yeah.
All right. Hit me.
I don't know if I have 2. The third one I was gonna say, and this is something that I think only real BMW enthusiasts would even know about as well, is the E39 540 6-speed.
Mm.
That is a
Ooh,
really nice car.
Yeah.
Really nice car. It is what a lot of people call the poor man's M5.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, you get 300 horsepower out of that thing from the factory. The
Nice.
thing about the E39 540i 6-speed, especially with the sports package, that thing
340.
it looks 340. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think the 540 makes like 285 or 290 or something like that. It looks unassuming. It's like the 335. It doesn't have nearly as much tuning potential, but man, it looks like an ordinary car until you see that thing get up and just start moving. I've driven a few of them and they're not slow, especially if you want to take it on the highway. 3rd and 4th gear, that thing is just eating. They're nice cars. And I think they're timeless in terms of their design too. Really nice.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Very,
I would own one.
very
It's just
timeless.
that body style was not my favorite body style. I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't, and I find that those engines were pretty inefficient.
I don't think the M62 is the greatest engine because that engine also had a lot of timing chain issues too. Because their timing chain guides on the M62s, instead of using a gear in the middle, so like how you guys can see on this engine, there's a gear in the middle in between the V. On the M62, there was a U right in the middle of the V, and it was made of plastic, and it would just fall apart.
A lot of them had that. Even 4.2s for Audis have that.
Really?
But again, I'm
But-
not disagreeing with that. It's like I'm not saying that again. Age. You're talking 20 years later. You're starting to have issues with timing.
I know.
Right?
It's-
So it's
it's-
not like that
it's-
off the bat. That was a bad.
No,
vehicle, right?
no. But from
So
the factory,
they
it
were
was,
good
it was
engines.
nice. It was
It's
nice. Even the 530.
those
530 was
engines
nice.
started coming with the water cooled alternators, which were expensive. A big repair on those engines were the alternator bracket gaskets, which are very very expensive. But again, that comes with age.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think the E30. I
think
the
it's a
E30.
timeless,
Yeah, it is.
timeless body.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also keep it in for the 4th car since you said 4.
Sure,
I'm gonna
okay,
throw in
fine.
another one. This is another real BMW enthusiast car, and I don't know why we didn't say it yet, but the 2002.
You know, it's funny because I was gonna say that at the beginning. I thought of the 2002, except I feel like everybody knows it. It's
I
not
guess.
a BMW fanatic that is come to a car classic fanatic. You would have
You're
a
right.
2002 in your collection
Just as a classic car
as a
collector.
classic. And I know many. I've met many. 2002 is right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's
2002
known
is
across.
pretty iconic.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic across.
A lot of times people want to get the 2002 Turbo, which is very expensive and like impossible to find now. But
even in Europe, they're very expensive.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
cheap at all. A lot of times guys go and actually try and make their own. They get the fender flares,
Yeah.
paint it, give it the whole white
Yeah.
with the red and blue and purple lines. But yeah, the 2002 I think is another one that a lot of modern BMW enthusiasts probably don't even know about. Unfortunately, it's a nice car.
It is a nice car. It's timeless.
It's tiny.
It's timeless. I was gonna say. but
It's
yeah.
tiny. It's timeless
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, but it is tiny.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like I said, it's just like I feel like a lot more people.
A lot
know
more people know
A
about
lot
it?
more people know about them.
Well.
Yeah, because I had one more vehicle to add, but it was the Z8. I was gonna say the Z8 is just I
Huh.
feel like they were so unique. It's just I feel like you have to really like it or know the history about it or
Yeah.
have some experience with the vehicle to be able to want one. Otherwise, they didn't look the greatest
No, it
and
was
a
interesting.
little bit overpriced.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say that it's just, but you have to be that one person that
Yeah, that
really, my
absolutely
dad
loves
had
it.
one,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get one.
There's not a lot of people whose dads had a Z8,
No.
man. it's a strange car to own. What engine did that have in it? I can't remember. Yeah, the S62. Wow. Came with the S62. So, I mean, it's probably a quick car.
Oh, of course
Coupe with a M5 engine.
It was more the looks and the rarity of it.
Yeah, it's so strange.
But yeah, that's it. So
Well, guys, you've heard from us in terms of our top unique vehicles that only a real BMW enthusiast would own. I don't know. Do you guys think
At
there's
your
some
list.
more? Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you think we missed. And if you disagree with us or if you just wildly agree with us and love us, please hit the subscribe button. We'd love to see it. Thanks
in
for
the
watching.
comments, thanks for comment.